So what if I told you that this summer is a great time for us to get naked? You might stop listening at this point, right? Some of you, and others are like, whoa, what is he talking about? It's a little different than what you might think. In fact, that's why I'm sitting next to a pool. Summertime is a time where physically we literally get more naked together. We take off layers of clothing and jump into a pool, right? And oftentimes when we do that, we discover just how uncomfortable we are with our physical nakedness. I don't like the way I look here. I don't like the way I look there. That dude looks better than I do. That girl looks better than I do. And so it's that reality that nakedness is something that all of us feel a little awkward about. But what about when it's nakedness on every level, not just physically, but spiritually and emotionally? When we consider what we talked about on Sunday, that we were made to be naked and unashamed with God and with one another on every layer, every area, emotionally, physically, and spiritually, known and seen. That could be terrifying. In fact, David, the king, the one who we said danced naked before the Lord in his underwear, really, right? Because of the joy that he had being in the presence of God, knowing why he was made. He's the one who wrote the words of Psalm 139. And Psalm 139 starts off with this song he's singing that says, "Search me and know me, O God. Search me and know me." I'm going to read it to you. It says, "O Lord, you have searched me and known me. You know when I sit down and when I rise up. You discern my thoughts from afar. You search out my path, my lying down, and are acquainted with all of my ways. Even before a word is on my tongue, behold, O Lord, you know it all together." He's saying there's nothing he doesn't know. He sees us naked on every level. In fact, he goes on to say, "Where can I flee from your spirit? There's nowhere I can run from that kind of knowing." And that would be terrifying if the one who saw us was seeing us to expose us or to shame us. But it's not terrifying because the very next thing he says in verse 6, Psalm 139:6, he says, verse 5, he says, "You hem me in behind and before, and lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me." Did you catch what he said? He says that the one who sees us and who knows us on every level down to the core of our being, there's no hiding, we are naked before the Lord, is the one who invites us to not be ashamed in that nakedness. How? He hems us in. He surrounds us. How? What does the verse say? With himself. The verse literally says his hand. He says that our God is the God who reaches down to surround us with himself in a way that's designed to cover our shame, protect our souls, and make us whole. And where do we see that more than in Jesus himself? When God comes down, he says the good shepherd lays down his life for his sheep. You following what God is saying here? Why David would sing such a thing after being in the presence of God and dancing in his underwear before the presence of God? Because it's in God's presence, like we talked about on Sunday, that we finally begin to taste and see who we are, why we were made, and what it means to belong to him. Friends, the invitation for today on this Wednesday is for you and I to begin to sing this song, to at the same time affirm the two realities that don't seem to go together, but they do. The one that says, I was made to be in your presence, and at the very same time that says, but I know that you're going to expose me, that coming close to you, God, exposes everything that's wrong in me. And we would always stay away if it wasn't for God himself reaching down and saying, but I'm going to hem you in. I'm going to make a way. The good shepherd lays down his life for his sheep. I'm going to lay down my life. I'm going to surround you with myself to protect you, to hem you in, to make you whole. It's right there that God both exposes and covers our shame and covers it with his love. Friends, today, this day, will you join me in singing that? Will you join me in declaring that? Will you join me, friends, in knowing that God, he is worth our time and our attention? I pray that you will. Have a great summer day.